Time to have a look at Liverpool's best team from players in the 90s. We start with the goalkeeper, and it was a tough choice between the moustached one and the plaited one. In the end, we went with James because, well, he's easier to make fun of. But in all seriousness, James was solid for Liverpool between 1992 and 1999. At right back is Rob Jones. What most people don't know is that Jones was actually the 6th member of Duran Duran. Check out that hair! On the left hand side is Stigin Bjornaby, or, as he's more commonly known, I'll give you a tenner if you can spell his name. The Norwegian was an ever-present figure in the Liverpool squad throughout the 90s, but, like most other Liverpool greats, he failed to win the Premier League. Sorry, Stevie. Moving on to the centre halves, and we have Mark Wright and Neil Razor Ruddock. Now, you don't get a nickname like Razor unless you're really, really badass. Ruddock was as tough and rugged a defender as they come. His no-nonsense tackles made Vinnie Jones look like a Powerpuff Girl. The final defender on our list is Mark Wright. No, definitely not that one. This Mark Wright was another defender who would happily take the player with the ball and was likened to Alan Hansen. That was a great comparison because Wright too was useless at punditry. Now onto the midfield, and we start with Jamie Redknapp. Redknapp captained the Reds and became an Anfield legend in his 11-year spell at the club. He actually went on to be a fairly successful pundit, bucking the trend amongst ex-Liverpool players. Before Ronnie Whelan was knocking in putts, he was orchestrating Liverpool's midfield. The Irishman had already achieved legend status in the 80s, but he continued his Reds career well into the 90s. Next up is another awful pundit, Steve McManaman. Remember him? Yeah, that's right, the guy who inexplicably got a transfer to Real Madrid. What an agent he must have. Anyway, McManaman did show ability and athleticism, which kept his place in the Liverpool midfield through the 90s. On the left wing, we have part-time footballer, part-time rapper John Barnes. According to Liverpool, there is no finer sight than watching Barnes in his pomp gliding down the wing. They've clearly forgotten about this, which is by far Barnes' best moment and puts his entire Liverpool career to shame. Now to the men up front, Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen. Fowler was prolific for the Reds in the 90s, scoring 109 Premier League goals between 1992 and 2000. No one quite knows what the striker was doing to play so well. The last player on our list is remembered best for having the dullest voice in TV commentary history. Yes, it's a baby-faced Michael Owen who burst onto the scene in 1996 and went on to score 158 times in his 8-year spell with the Reds. There you have it, it's Liverpool's team of the 90s.